What's up, everybody? Hobby Cage 203. Another 5 minutes of the hobby brought to you by Arena Club and Bleecker Trading. Got to keep this streak going. I think we're up to 5 days in a row here. We're having some fun. Fun little thing I'm going to chat with you guys today. Give you a little insight into, my brain, my PC, what I'm doing. And I guess the overarching topic of where we're going to, what we're going to talk about today is um, it's okay to pivot, right? It's okay to pivot in your collection. It's okay to do some stuff. Um, I will tell you that over the last 5 years, we've seen some real interesting different peaks and valleys in the space, not just pricing, but just, folks coming in, folks looking for, price discovery and, you know, uh, different types of collectibles within the hobby. Um, and you don't know whether or not this is going to be the next best thing. We could talk about NFTs for a second, but what I want to focus on today is Type 1 photos, because I've talked about Type 1 photos. And I definitely think they are an awesome collectible. I really like them. I just got one back from PSA, actually. It's kind of cool. I got it close by here so I can grab it. Now my face is getting too close to you. Enjoy that one. Get my turkey gobble, my double chin. You might not be able to see this because of the filter that I have on here, so it might not even work, but I'll do my best that I can. Try to put it in there so you can see. There we go. It's Run DMC, Type 1 photo, live in 1987 at the Palace in Hollywood at the Worldwide Video Awards. I thought that was cool, I mean, this will never be worth a ton of money, I'm sure, but there are ones that are. Right. And these were cool. I thought it was something else to try to collect, a way to do something different with your your hobby, with your collection, with your PC. And I had a bunch. I had a Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from his first game, and I had some Mike Tyson, some some stuff, and it just doesn't fit in what I wanted in my PC anymore. It just doesn't. It just didn't. It just didn't fit in where I was. And I've actually started selling these Type 1 photos off. I would have loved if there was sort of like a registry created or a pop report created on them. That would probably be helpful. But I guess you can't really have that. The last one that was in my collection was the Muhammad Ali, the Cassius Clay from his first pro fight. And I'm going to be moving that one soon, too. You'll see it come to auction at some point in time. And that'll be it for me with Type 1 photos. And I wanted to share that with you guys, right? Because, I mean, the way social media works on, in the hobby, the way, Instagram works and you name it, there's a lot of like, I'll call it vanity and ego involved, right? And I know people out there who, invested in something, bought something, went down a path and something they thought was going to turn into something they thought was going to be a great investment, like something that, even a player they thought was going to turn into. And, they sit with it even when they don't want it anymore. And people have told me sometimes, hey, I'm not even going to sell this thing because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from, people like, oh, I thought this was a great thing. I thought, I thought that guy was going to turn out to be the greatest thing. Jack Caglianone, yeah. He had his debut tonight. He went 0 for 5. I guess you got to sell his stuff. No. But you understand what I'm saying. And I think it's important to throw it out there and say this. I thought at one point in time that Type 1 photos were going to take up a nice piece of my collection. They were nice. I'd have them on the wall behind me, on the shelf, you name it. It was a cool way of collecting. Somebody like Cassius Clay, that Type 1 that I had, which was his first pro fight, I like that better than any of his rookie cards because I don't know which one his rookie card is, and there's not really a clear-cut cool thing, right? And some of his rookie cards are from different years. Because it's not traditional, boxing not traditional sport release, whereas you knew this photo was from his first fight ever, first pro fight, and there's like 2 of them. But it's just, I've pivoted, I've moved towards other items in my collection, and I'm gonna sell these now, and use the money to pay for the stuff that I want in my collection now. And who knows what will happen in a year? It could pivot again, and who cares? It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to kind of move on from something that, did not go the way that you thought it was going to go. It didn't pan out. The investment didn't pan out the way you thought it was going to be. And even if it is a good investment, I'm sure that Cassius Clay Type 1 photo was going to sell for more money than what I paid for it. It's just right now where my brain is, that item does not fit into where I want to put my hobby dollars. I'd rather sell it and use that money on something else. And that is okay. And that is my 5 minutes of hobby thoughts for you today. I know there are people out there who are considering doing this or, doing what I like to call their PC audits. And it's okay if you were wrong on something, or if you just change your mind about, whether or not that's something you really want to hold long term. Move on from it. Find something that's going to make you happy today. There you go. I will see you guys all again tomorrow. Get on my IG page, Cage Lawyer, and check out today's news. Talk to you soon. Take care, everybody.